I am back. Barely back. My kids are watching TV in the background. So, this will probably be a short video. I haven't been here for a couple weeks because I have started a chemistry class at school and I have gone back to work. I am extremely exhausted, more from school than from work because I've only worked, 3 days now at this point. But school is kicking my butt. So anybody out there who is chem savvy out of the 3 people that watch my videos, hit a girl up because your sister need help. Work, as far as work goes, I don't want to say it's whooping my butt. I think that I am struggling to balance work and my food. When I was home recovering and stuff like that, it was very much eat when I wanted to snack. It was easy to just be like, okay, well, it's lunchtime. It's time for me to eat. Okay, it's time for a snack. I need to snack on something. Okay, what do I want to eat? Here's my options. Going back to work, I've noticed that my job is, any job it's supposed to be, okay, it's break time, go grab yourself a snack. Okay, it's lunchtime, go have your lunch. Mine's very dependent on the customer at the time and who it is that I'm working with or whatever. And depending on that, I'm able to go take a break, or I could be stuck there for 3 to 4 hours helping an individual doing something, whatever. That has definitely caused an issue in my weight loss. I am definitely stalled and stayed stalled now at 241. And I think a big part of it is because I'm not getting enough food in. It's hard because it kind of makes you feel a little bit defeated because you want to go back to work. You're going to school full time. I have 3 kids. I have a husband. And life happens. And I don't want right now, especially so early being post-op, to be the reason why I fail at this because of those things. Because the reality is that those things are going to be, maybe not for the rest of my life, but at least for the next year. I need to plan for the next year minimum, and I need to break out of this stall. So I am going to take to the internet, even though I can't stand those people that be talking all that yip yap. But I'm going to go take to the internet and ask and see if anybody either has recommendations on like meals or like what I should be eating. I felt like my nutritionist, when I spoke to them, didn't really have anything to say. Like, she was just talking in circles and like, oh, well, you need to get your protein up. Okay, awesome. We've established that. Honestly, we established that months ago before I even had the surgery. So we know that. But what can I do to up my protein at this point? Chicken is okay for me now, finally. Milk has kind of hit this weird turn to where it's just like not agreeing with my body, which is weird because in the beginning it was the most amazing thing that God could have ever created to touch my lips. And now Jesus is no longer tap dancing on this tongue. So with that being said, I'm now drinking more water anyway, but more water on top of that. Coffee is something that I normally would do at work because we do have a Starbucks right outside of our job. And it is like, if I could adopt Starbucks, possibly carry it in my womb and birth it myself and make it my own little baby, I would, but that's not how that works. So I have adjusted to that. When people do coffee runs, I do tell them I would like water. If I do get coffee, I just get their mild roast, whatever the coffee is. I add heavy cream and sugar-free vanilla flavoring, and I don't add Splenda or anything else outside of that. It's hard on my soul. Somebody asked me what I get at Starbucks and is it good? And I said, it's $2, so no. Anybody who's out there that knows that everything that is dipped in diabetes at Starbucks costs at least $3 to $4. So if we're in the $2 range, you'll probably taste them like rocks. But hey, it gets me by. I sip on it slowly. I try to get my water in first, or like I'll sip as I'm going. 9 times out of 10, I don't finish my coffee. I get a tall or a grande. I think sometimes when I get a grande, it's just because naturally before I would get a grande. So I'm trying to get used to telling myself to get a tall because I'm wasting the grande for sure. A tall, sometimes I'll finish. It's easier for me to swallow and get down a tall that tastes like, shards of metal and stuff. So I'm trying to get used to that. Hopefully here soon I will have a treadmill in the next couple weeks, God willing. Because I think that with my 3 kids, one being just turning 1 and living in Washington, it's getting pretty cold already. It's not terrible, but it's getting pretty cold, and my kids are pretty much allergic to clouds. So with that being said, we are going to, that'll help a lot with me being able to get my cardio in, because that's something I think is a major part of what's going on right now for me. And when it comes to things like that, I think that's going to play a major role in my weight loss and stuff like that moving forward. So I think that's it for now. The last 2 weeks, like I said, have been really hard. I'm still 241. I can't complain because I could be back to 251. I could be back to 270, and I'm not. So I'm not going to complain about that. I am going into my week 6 right now. So I'm not expecting to lose 100 pounds by 6 months or by 4 months or by 3 months. Honestly, if I could just get down to 225 at this point within the next 6 weeks, that would be amazing. I don't know if that's asking too much, but I think it's all going to come down to upping my protein per nutrition, figuring out how to balance work and this new lifestyle and school and family, and being able to just stay positive about everything. It does get hard. There are days where I feel like I look in the mirror and I still feel like I'm that 30 pounds heavier and nothing fits and stuff like that. But I have a husband who's extremely supportive and constantly reminds me that I am doing what I'm supposed to do, obviously for the most part, as far as he knows. And he's always reassuring me and letting me know that you don't see a difference, I see a difference. And he'll take pictures of me when I'm not looking, and obviously he has photos of me in his phone, so he'll stitch them together and send them to me and be like, now do you see it? And those moments to me mean the most, and I am so grateful for his support, because there are many days where you feel like, not did I make a mistake in doing this, or do I regret it, but more so the fear of, what if I have this tool and I don't use it properly and I lose this chance at a new life? And the last thing anybody wants to do is feel like a failure given such an amazing opportunity. And he's just reassured me throughout this that I made the right decision, and that he's here with me 100%. He works out with me, and he makes sure I'm not over here eating candy and chips and going crazy. So for him, I'm thankful. On that note, I'm going to go because my kids are super loud. Welcome to my life. See you next week.